welcome to Mnet Supersport. And as you can see, great action coming up in a few moments. Talking about Manchester United, looking forward to Sunday, where they take on Arsenal at Ellis Park.
Good afternoon. From out of Africa, it's the league champions against the FA Cup and the Coca-Cola Cup winners. Hardly a run-of-the-mill routine, pre-season friendly. Far from it. This is a unique occasion. 70,000 plus have turned up today to see maybe as much as £60 million worth of footballing talent. And our studio guest tells me that he's still worth a bob or two. United's #2 goalkeeper, Les Sealey. Thanks for being with us, Les.
Yeah.
This really is an extraordinary way to start the pre-season, isn't it?
Yeah, but with clubs like Manchester United and Arsenal, they've got to start with big games to get them going and for the finals, really.
Several of the world's top clubs have been over here, but this is the biggest match staged in this country. The English champions against the English double cup holders. No doubting which is the most popular team, Manchester United. They've found out what it's really like to be the best supported club in the world. The players have got a nice time on them. They've been here for 3 or 4 days. Arsenal arrived in the early hours of the morning. They've had a great reception here, but there's going to be a Wembley-like reception as they come out of the tunnel into a packed Ellis Park Stadium. One great reception for both clubs. I would say inside the ground, 90% of the fans are supporting Manchester United. You can't really tell that, of course, with the red and white scarves around. We expect a good-natured match. David Seaman seems to be enjoying himself anyway. Arsenal have named their strongest team. We'll go through the teams in a moment or two. Manchester United have left 5 players behind, but still an awesome lineup. My co-commentator today is Gary Bailey. It's magic, isn't it, Gary?
Oh, Rob, magic, as you say, perfect moment for South Africa. Years of isolation, and we've got 2 of the best supported teams in England here. You can see the reception from the crowd. They've been waiting, they've been building up to this. And as you say, some great players on view here. All I hope is that, even though it's a pre-season friendly, the guys give 100%, they get stuck in, they show some of the skills that they're legendary for.
Well, here is the Manchester United team. Peter Keane, of course, only joined United last Monday and isn't fully fit as yet. Here is the Arsenal team. Manchester United meeting the dignitaries. Most of the directors have made the trip as well. There's the chairman, Martin Edwards. And Manchester United have been great ambassadors for England. They've been signing thousands, literally thousands of autographs, and there have been hundreds of pictures as well. Tell us about the popularity of soccer in South Africa for the people who are listening back home in England.
Rob, I think many people have been surprised. Many United players and directors have been surprised by the enormity of the support here for them. And as you said, there's been mobs wherever they've gone, but they have been fantastic. And so too have Arsenal, signing autographs, putting up with all the pressures that a professional footballer has to put up with. And I think they can see the response from the crowd here. The crowd absolutely, they love both teams, and I think they love the approach those teams have shown so far.
A great reception for Manchester United. Peter Schmeichel looking fit. Could have been you, Gary.
I must say he's been a great servant to the club in terms of what the form he's produced, the skills, and one of the reasons why United have been so successful. He really is a great and a very impressive goalkeeper.
They've sold 50,000 tickets for this game on Thursday afternoon. They estimate there's going to be somewhere between 60 and 75,000. Exactly what, we don't know. The referee today, Mr. Errol Sweeney. And it's Manchester United kicking off. It's a great moment in South African soccer, and kicking off, in many ways, of course, the English football team. First touch for Roy Keane. Parker. And the captain, Bruce. Keane again giving him plenty of the ball early on. He's certainly fitted in with the tomfoolery inside the United changing room. On ball, chases off. The struggle for Steve Bruce. Was that a bad pass? Dixon, McGoldrick. And the Hughes has been looking fit. Can he walk around the defenders? Round one, as he brought down, the referee gives the Arsenal defender the benefit of the doubt. Mark Hughes looked up, decided to go alone, nutmegged Tony Adams. The covering defender, Linnigan, came in. Well, the referee may judge that he went for the ball, and a very good save in the end from David Seaman.
Yes, I don't think it was a penalty. It's going to be more conclusive than that, and I think Linnigan even got a touch on the ball. But a nice, good early thrust there by Manchester United, and maybe a mistake there from Eddie McGoldrick.
Merson. Run from Ian Wright. Ian doing an attack. And Wright getting the first shot in.
Yeah, feeling caught out a little bit here. Obviously not used to playing in this position. Yes, good close control here. Just puts it in front so he can get a shot. And nice to see so early in the game people taking a dip at goals and making it exciting for the crowd. That's what the crowd have come here to see today.
Roy Keane. Good one-touch stuff from United. Keane again. Good defended by Winterberg, but again Hughes is onto the ball. He has Giggs screaming for it on the left. Goes for McClare. Giggs gets a chance now on the volley. Oh, what a brilliant save! Almost impossible angle from Ryan Giggs, but David Seaman knew who he was up against and produced a tremendous reflex save. Giggs wanted it earlier than that. McClare had the vision, and there aren't too many players that can produce this kind of volley from that kind of angle. Giggs switches wings and takes the corner. Hughes again with Dixon, but Arsenal happy to just take a rest and take a goal kick. And in the end, it was just a clash of heads. And Tony Adams coming off worse. It was the front of his head against the back of Roy Keane's head. And feeling a little dazed, wondering what country he's in, I think.
It just proves Alex Ferguson's point, though, that he's brought an all-round midfield player, a man who can pass the ball, who's got vision, and as he showed there, who can also head well.
The ball is flying, and now Arsenal. Campbell going alone, and he goes down, and that's a penalty, no doubt about it. Steve Bruce fell to the floor, provided the obstacle, which Campbell fell over. Good skills from the big man, took it around Bruce. Maybe it was obstruction, the referee was in no doubt. Straight to the point, it's a penalty.
Yes, no doubt, Rob, that was a very clumsy move, and you could see Steve Bruce hold his head there in a bit of shame.
So, Ian Wright against Schmeichel, and Ian Wright scores for Arsenal and takes the celebrations with 10.5 minutes gone, doing what he knows best. Manchester United 0, Arsenal 1. Well, after all of those chances for Manchester United, typical Arsenal, they go and attack. Gary.
Well, United shouldn't make those sort of mistakes in the box, but at least it shows it's going to be an open game today. Lots of chance to see skill at both ends, and let's hope that isn't the only goal of the game.
Campbell alone at front. Ian Wright hanging back. He gets the ball now. Tries the shot. And Schmeichel almost caught off guard. I think he saw the ball late. Tony Adams, who took that blow to the head in a challenge with Roy Keane earlier on, comes off. And another England centre-half, Martin Keown, who cost £2 million from Everton towards the end of last season, comes on. And Tony Adams just going to take a little rest. No point taking any risks in the pre-season matches. Arsenal have 3 games across here. Keane went in, led with his knee. Keown got the elbow in the nose. It was 50-50, I suppose. Fouls on both sides, and then handbags at 10 paces. No point Gary
getting into trouble in a pre-season friendly, is there?
I think that's exactly what Errol Sweeney's telling them. He doesn't want to send them off and asking them to behave. It's a friendly match and a huge crowd here to enjoy some good football.
Didn't surprise Linnigan there. And, Roy Keane being a little hot-headed out there.
Rob, if I can just mention something, Errol Sweeney as a local referee has a reputation for being very, very harsh. So it would be wise for Roy Keane to behave himself.
Merson over the top. Bruce lets it go. All the way through to Schmeichel. Well, it was a handball, but whether it was intentional or not is highly debatable. The referee thought so. Steve Bruce and I would think about 59 other thousand people inside the ground didn't think so. What did you think, Gary Bailey?
I think it's a scandalous decision, and I'm afraid to say it's bearing out what Errol Sweeney's reputation is in this country. Steve wasn't looking at that, he got bumped, he turned his back on it, and bearing in mind that the referee didn't give the decision to United a bit earlier for an accidental handball, I think that's an absolutely scandalous decision, and he must be careful not to spoil what has so far been a very good match.
So, it's a case of deja vu. Right again, chooses the other corner, and Arsenal are 2-0 up. Ian Wright finds the Arsenal fans in the crowd and blows them kisses, every one of them. 27 minutes gone. Arsenal are showing no signs of jet lag. They've been in the country a little over 24 hours. They're leading 2-0.